Hi, welcome to this video. My name's Alex and I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I'm doing this year. And you may already know my work really well. You may have used my blog posts at work. Perhaps you received my email. Maybe you follow my work on GitHub or we've met in person. Whatever it is, I hope you're going to get something from this. And I want to give you a way to contribute towards my work and to help me on this mission that I'm on. Thanks. So in 2016, I was scratching an itch around containers and serverless and came up with this idea of being able to run any code on any cloud at any scale. And Docker containers were the key that unlocked platforms like AWS Lambda and Azure Functions to actually run on any cloud. That project became OpenFaaS, and I've built up a community around it. We have many users in production and lots of traction around it. Now, along with OpenFaaS, there's been a bunch of projects that have come up organically around it, such as Derek, that helps people maintain projects and reduce the fatigue of repetitive tasks and interactions with the community by automating some of that. Inlets is a cloud native tunnel that basically gives you the key to getting traffic into your private cluster, whether that's Raspberry Pi, your laptop, or your data center on premises, or maybe an edge device in a radiography department. Arcade is an application installer for Kubernetes that can install inlets and OpenFaaS, but a whole bunch of software too, like Istio and even the Kubernetes dashboard. And it is architecture aware, so it knows if you're running on a Raspberry Pi, on an ARM64 server from Packet, or on your laptop. Now, you may wonder, well, okay, so OpenFaaS is going so great, it's this big project, it must have millions of dollars of funding behind it. And actually, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to know that that open source project was well funded and didn't need any external input or anybody even to work on it to keep it going? But that's very far from the truth, right? Any open source project, especially when it gets to this sort of size, is almost a full-time job just keeping the lights on and steering the ship. Now, I left full-time employment in order to concentrate on running the project. And my hope was that many of the companies using it in production, you'll see them on the homepage, would step up, they would sponsor, and they would maybe pay for support or consulting. So far that has not been the case. They're very happy with the deal. They get OpenFaaS for free, they get community support for free, and we basically get nothing. Maybe that's just the way the world has to be. So I slightly pivoted the business of OpenFaaS Limited to go back to my core skills and what I know best, which is creating world-class content about technical concepts and explaining them in terms that people can just get to grips with, building great cloud-native tools like the ones I mentioned, and generating a community around it. And if those are things that you think could help your business, then we should definitely talk about working together, as I'm sure that I could help you. Now, that's not the end game. This isn't a one-man band. OpenFaaS Limited has started with one, but my plan is when there's enough revenue and recurring streams, whether that's from consulting, support with the OpenFaaS OIDC connector or Inlets Pro, that we'll be able to bring one or two people on board part full-time to help support the community and give back to the users who, maybe can't make a case to their manager to pay for support, but need a bit of help, right? And also to put some more eyes on the projects full-time. So why am I telling you this? Well, there's two ways that you can support OpenFaaS, maybe even three, in my work. The first is to sign up for the GitHub sponsors. You'll get a regular email directly from me. Now, this isn't a newsletter. It's more like a premium newsletter. It's not a bunch of links that were already on Hacker News. This is curated tutorials and updates on all of the projects. This is a value proposition for you, and it takes me about 2 hours to build. Now, if you look at a basic hourly rate of a senior consultant, you're looking at $600 worth of value every week. The price for that, well, I know that not everybody can afford to really put something significant forward, so it starts at $5. Yeah, it might be a bit low, but that's just the lowest that I can reasonably do and have it make sense. And then that goes up to around $50. And with each step, there's something more that you get. Oh, Alex, well, I'm not using your software in production. Don't worry, you don't have to. This is not about you using OpenFAS in production. It's about you getting some value and supporting open source. Now, if you're a company and you want to look into the services, do email me. I've worked with many different companies over the last 12 months, very happy ones, and I can tell you about some of the results that we've had. You can also get a homepage sponsorship like Rancher and DigitalOcean have done on openfas.com, and that's something that's a bit more meaningful and adds some credibility to your brand and also makes a really big difference to the business and the project's longevity. The other way that you can help is you can go to the store and you can get a nice shirt just like the one I'm wearing. This is the exact one that you'll get, and again, I've put the price just about as low as we can. If it's any lower, I'd be paying you instead of paying me. Unfortunately, these t-shirts are not super cheap, but they're very nice quality, and the hoodies and mugs are great too. So there you go. Sign up for the Insiders Updates. It starts at $5 a month. Anybody should be able to afford that, even in the current climate. Go and figure out how I can help you with your business. Perhaps it's with your brand, launching an open source project, generating traction around it, building a community, something that's really hard problem with Kubernetes. Come and speak to me. Or maybe it's just buying something in the store. So thanks for listening. And, I really want you to come on this journey with me. It's a very rewarding being independent and having that freedom, but it's also really risky and difficult. And I'm doing this for the community, for OpenFAS, and for all of you.